What's going on, stock traders? What's going on, MetaMatt? What's going on, Mindblown family? And what is going on, Titan traders? And welcome to our Mindblown Live AMA. I'm here with Mr. MB himself. How are we doing, Mr. MB?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. Just enjoying some of this beautiful weather in Texas right now.
I'll tell you, it looks nice out there. Yeah, definitely great out in Texas. Everything's bigger out there, right? And it looks like, speaking of big, y'all have a humongous following, a humongous community out there. It looks like everyone is posting all their hashtag here for the Ragers and their MB. Everyone is excited for this stream. Yeah, so everyone post that hashtag here for the Ragers to show that support for Mindblown NFT. But let's just get right into it. So this is a live AMA. We'll be talking about your roadmap, your personal experience, because we know there's a lot of rug pulls going on. We want to kind of show that, like, these are, this is a real project by real people. And we'll be talking about the NFT space in general and just why it's important to support other projects. And then, of course, we will be talking about rug pulls. Let's just get right into it and just talk about the roadmap. So we have Q1 here. You're looking like a community wallet's going to be in the works, a sandbox purchase and investing in blue chip projects and auctions to benefit charity, which of course is always good with these projects. And this, of course, we have Q2 going on as well on the screen with the music festival sponsorships and developing the community voting for the Mindblown Festival. So what can you say as far as these first 2 quarters with the festival and the charities, of course, and the community wallet?
Yeah, so I'm just so I don't have to go over this 1,000 times. We call it proposal for a reason. We'll be using snapshot.org post mint to hold votes on
Can you hear me? I think we might have lost you. I think that we might have lost. Yeah, I just want to make sure it wasn't on my end before I said anything while I was talking over him. I think we might have lost Mr. MB. So I'm just going to give him a second to come back there he is. Oh, now we got 2 of you.
Sorry, I'm back.
There you are.
Somehow got kicked off.
No worries. I was just sitting there silence in case they could still hear you, and it was just on my end.
Yeah, no problem. So back to what I was saying is that we called it a proposal for a reason. We're going to be using snapshot.org, which is a pretty popular, DApp that can host different, types of governance. And so every single one of these things in our roadmap, we're going to let the community decide and have input on. So a lot of them may change, what blue chip projects we invest in. If we do purchase Sandbox, they'll have a say in that as well. So we want to get the community as involved as possible.
Yeah, I know community is always super important when it comes to these projects, of course. And then we also have some stuff going on for Q3 and 4 there with and of course, like you said, it is the proposal, like these DAO, community wallet like projects. It's, really important what everyone who is invested, has to say. But
yeah, and that's just something in crypto that generally got a lot of us here. Honestly, is the whole decentralized thing. NFT space wouldn't even exist if it weren't for Bitcoin. You know what I mean? And so that's something that we want to implement and keep within our project.
And as far as you have over here Q3, Q4, the festival grounds, like the Metaverse and all that. Are you guys going to be focusing more so on the Metaverse, more so in real life, or kind of a combination? Or it's kind of just going to be based off of what the community votes?
So the end vision that I have is being able to simultaneously host a music festival in real life, but also within the Metaverse. That way you can open attendance from roughly 100,000 for some of the major festivals to literally the entire world. So it'll be kind of like a VR live stream sort of thing within the Metaverse.
Wow, that's really cool. I like that, like integrating both aspects of that. I know we're definitely going to be having a lot of questions. We are doing a live Q&A after this as far as the roadmap goes. I know a lot of people probably have some things they want to ask. I will leave that up to the rest of the community, but we do have your long-term roadmap proposal, the vision. We talk about community here on the website, as well as like governance and partnerships, and of course the musician launchpad. So out of all those, I know you're probably really excited about a lot of that. Especially the partnerships, the and of course the community. But what do you, as far as the musician launchpad goes, how do you see that being a factor?
So it can go a few different ways. That's something that I'm really excited about and really passionate about, just in general, even outside of the NFT space, is supporting local small artists, whether that's actual art or musicians. Especially because of COVID and live events across the world, kind of got shut down. A lot of them have struggled over the last couple of years. Some great friends of mine, and so we hope to use this launchpad in a few different ways. One is to help market their careers, but also sort of like a crowdsourcing fundraising platform for their careers, where then our holders are maybe entitled to some form of ownership in their royalties, or it can be specific perks down the line too, like access to every album. There's just so many different ways that you could go forward with it.
Awesome. And yeah, I know, everyone's really hyped. Dcoup official says they're so hyped for the pad, ready for launch, sir. And Dcoup, I'm also really excited for this launch. I'm excited for this minting process to see who gets these wanted Bitcoin Ethereum kings. They have that 5 Ethereum reward on their head. And how does that all work for those who mint these legendary NFTs?
Yeah, so there's 4 of them. There's the Bitcoin, the Ethereum King, and then there's also a wizard and a genie. If you go into our Discord into sneak peeks, you can see exactly what those look like. Essentially, it was hard coded into our generative image process, that those specific traits match up. So, for example, like the Ethereum King, it's the Ethereum crown, the Ethereum eyes, and then that specific skin color. Same with Bitcoin and Genie. And so you can see those in our Discord, but there's only one that matches up completely. And then some of the other traits were left to be random.
That's awesome. And then I know that, that big bounty, when it comes to the actual, the 5 Ethereum on their head, the person who mints that gets that is really cool and really unique. And
absolutely. We're doing it in a way where they actually get to keep the NFT as well. I've seen some other projects do it where they purchase the NFT back. We're letting them keep the NFT, and we're also going to airdrop them a additional NFT.
Okay, wow. So I didn't know that was that was one of my big questions for you, is if they do mint that legendary NFT, or the ones with the bounties, that they get to keep them. But that is really cool. So not only do they have a Mindblown NFT, they have a legendary one they get to keep, and they get that bounty, the 5 Ethereum reward.
Wow. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really exciting. So next up, we're going to be talking about your personal experience, because like you were saying before, there are a lot of rug pulls out there. On Discord, anyone can be anyone behind that screen, behind that computer. So it's nice, seeing, hey, there's, this is a real person, and we just want to, learn more about you, just because you are, the people are, who the heart of the project is, as well as the community.
Definitely. So I don't know the exact date when I first bought my first NFT, nor what it was, but somewhere between 6 and 8 months ago, and I've been invested in the crypto space in general since 2017, but very seriously since early 2020, and since entering the NFT space. Well, and I saw it before that, even with the meme coins and different things like that. But there's just so much unknown in what you're investing in, and even more so within the NFT space. And as of lately, there's just so many rug pulls to where people, I think, are looking for some sort of comfort blanket almost, and it's hard too, because it's like that doesn't necessarily even exist. With some of the best projects, best companies in the world, they still fail. And recently, there's been docs teams that have even rug pulled, and so it's like it's one of those things where we have to be inclusive within the space and help support each other, and also help newcomers within the space, because every time that happens, somebody leaves the space, maybe forever.
And that's the unfortunate part about these rug pulls, and for us in the stock trading world, the pump and dumps, which all about too, being a stock trader as well. And it's awesome that you guys are doing the same thing that we're trying to do over in Titan Trading and PB Alerts, with just finding knowing that people are getting taken advantage of, and realizing that we can actually do something about it, as for you project owners, for us in the educational space. And that was one of the main reasons why I really did like this project, was the owners, and what you guys your guys, like, what your vision is, I guess, and just also how real you guys were, and really cared about the people involved.
Yeah, and I think just overall in the NFT space, I think what's going to be something that sets some projects apart from others, is how well they can onboard new people into the space. Because that's the only way any of us are going to grow. It doesn't matter if it's, Bored Ape, if it's, I know Fat Pandas you've had on this project I like. We're all going to have to work together to try and onboard as many people into the space as possible. And the easier that gets and the less fear there is, the better that we're all going to be able to do, and the better we're all going to be able to provide utility and rewards to our holders.
I like that mentality there because it's true. NFTs right now, and all of us are into it, but there are a lot of people who just don't believe in it. And the more traders there are, the more volume there is in this space. The better it is for all the projects. That's a really, really good point, especially. And speaking of the NFT space, what do you see as far as the future of the NFT space goes? I know a lot of people. Y'all are a Ethereum NFTs. I know that everyone is right now talking about the big gas fees. Solana doesn't have the gas fees, but Ethereum has the new Ethereum 2.0 coming out. So how do you see this all affecting the future of not just Mindblown, but also just the NFT space in general?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it largely, well, in terms of like which blockchains and what platforms will do well, I think it's largely going to depend on how quickly they can push ETH 2.0 out. If it ends up being another couple of years, then a lot of these other blockchains are going to have some major success. If it's next week, I'm afraid that a lot of these blockchains will kind of become irrelevant. And so that's really anyone's best guess. But as far as the future of NFTs, I think I heard Gary Vee talk about it best. It's like no one in the late '90s could even fathom that the internet would create something like Uber. You know what I mean? And so it's like 10 years from now, I don't think any of us have any idea. In more short term, I think one of the major things that we'll see happen this year is a lot of NFT ticket type of things, whether they're collectibles or actual access to event. You've heard Mark Cuban talk about it. They're already implementing it into multiple NFL teams, and I think that's just going to continue.
Yeah, the ticket aspect, as far as utility, community is always really important. Utility also being, probably one of the other top factors, when it comes to these NFT projects. And that ticket aspect that you're talking about, with Mindblown, it is a ticket to your festival, your music festival, both in the metaverse and in real life. So that's a huge utility right there. But I also do agree that the people are going to be looking at those the tickets that that NFT project is your ticket, or maybe it's the access to a play to earn game. But utility is always going to be the main factor. And I do like that you guys already have the utility when it comes to the festivals, but you also do have that, I guess, secret utility, I guess, when it comes to the future, when it, with the DAO and or the community wallet, and seeing what the community decides to do going forward.
Definitely,
Right?
there's a lot of ways to incorporate it, and for us, we plan, because obviously, like a full scale festival is a pretty large thing to pull off. More immediately, we plan to launch localized concert activations where it's either only Mindblown holders, or you get access before everyone else, or different things like that. But as far as the tickets go, I think a major point to be made is there's services like Game Time and StubHub and Vivid Seats, that are making literally billions of dollars a year on secondary sales. And now those royalties can be either paid back to holders. Those individual people can make better money on their resale value, and the team or the organization, the festival, whatever it is, instead of StubHub making that money, now that organization is.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a big part. And like Dustin Goldstein said, is all about utility, is also all about community. And I don't know if you heard about the Zoo Crew. Agent Penguin is hashtag Zoo Crew. We got some Zoo Crew going on in the chats. What is this Zoo Crew that everyone keeps talking about?
So there were a few early members that just happened to have animals in their usernames, and over the course of the last few days, like, it's become a thing. And we got zookeepers, we got penguins, we got all sorts of different animals, and so now it's kind of become a rallying cry within our Discord.
So you're saying I have to change my name back to What the Duck from Penny Boys to get in
Yeah,
the duck?
they've been calling for it in the server.
Oh no, well, I don't know. What the Duck is more the stock guy. Well, MetaMatt is the NFT guy. So maybe I'll do Meta Duck for a little bit to get into that Zoo Crew, as
Yeah,
Chief
for
Frost
sure.
is saying. Yeah, there we go, Agent Penguin, Meta Duck. That's awesome though. But let's just talk about the just inclusiveness. Not only just inclusiveness. Let's just, before we get into that, I just want to just talk about just not only the future, like we were saying, of the NFT space, but now just more so your project in general. Everyone talks about Bored Ape Yacht Club, everyone talks about CryptoPunks, all those big projects. What would it take in your mind for Mindblown to take, it probably won't be tomorrow, the next, but to take that step to become, the next, Bored Ape Yacht Club or the next CryptoPunks?
I mean, I just think the number one thing is consistency and transparency. I've been in so many projects that have good art, and the idea behind utility is great, and then 4 weeks later they finally announced something, but there was no transparency, there was no communication in between, and it's really killed projects. And so that I think is going to be the biggest thing for new projects. That really want to make a difference and make a name for them in this space is to be transparent with your community and keep those lines of communication open.
And I know a lot of project owners keep saying, to the moon or Bored Ape Yacht Club. Like, what do you got? What do you personally like? Are you? I mean, everyone shoots for the moon, but are you personally seeing Bored Ape Yacht Club in like levels in like next 6 months, a year, 2 years, or is that something that looking to grow into?
I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know if anything will ever reach the level that Bored Ape or CryptoPunks has, but I mean, there's been projects that are a month old that are, probably 10,000x in value, and so that's just not something I really like to speculate on, because at the end of the day, that's all it is speculation.
And you know what? You actually answered that question 100% correct. And some people will be like, oh, we'll get there in 3 months to hype up, their community, or be like, oh yeah, in a year, we're gonna be the next Bored Ape Yacht Club or Bored Ape Yacht Who. But I like that you're realistic about it. You're not trying to feed your community members and those listening lies, and false hype.
Right. And that's like a big thing, and something we wanted to do different with this project based on our own experiences in projects. And you can ask anyone in our community, like, we've been as transparent as we possibly can about this entire process. And I think that's important, just because for me personally, I wouldn't want to invest in something that I don't have all the answers to.
That's a good point. Yeah, no, especially with these projects, with stocks, there's a little bit, you can a little wiggle room, but with these NFT projects, especially with the rug pulls and all these stuff that you're trying to help your members avoid, and us too over in Titan Trading, it's really important to be as transparent as possible. And I know a lot of projects have like that second drop. You get the first drop, you get like they have the second one coming out. Do you see a second one for Mindblown NFT? And if so, as Alfredo is saying, do you see it being the Zoo Crew NFT?
So I really like the festival creature trait that Sam has designed for us. That would be my personal choice, but I think if we do have a second drop sometime in the future, I really would like Sam, our artist, to work directly with the community to figure out what that would be and what the different traits would be. So it's in the cards, but at the same time, like, we want to provide value to this collection first and foremost. And after we do that, then that's something we can definitely consider.
And I know we are going to be doing our Q&A later, but Matt K did have a really good question I want to bring up while we're on this topic. What was the reasoning behind the 10,000 NFTs? I know a lot of projects with the 10,000 NFT level, that's usually the projects that are really confident in themselves. Obviously, you guys have shown with the community members, there's a lot of hype, and there definitely is a lot of people who are excited for this project. But why 10,000?
We chose 10,000 just because it's kind of a generic number that a lot of projects use in this space. And we kind of developed a budget on what it would cost to, pull off a full scale music festival. And so that's where that comes from. And just to be fully transparent, we do have a burn function in our contract if we do end up needing it. We have no idea what's going to happen when the public sale starts. Maybe we sell out in seconds, maybe we don't. But that's something that we can cross that line when we get to it. But it wasn't because, like, oh, we need 10,000 people in the community. But the thing is that as we grow, like, we want as many people in our community as possible. And so that's where a second drop may even come in handy as well.
Yes.
Like a 10,000 person festival is fairly small.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because like this is a ticket, and if you want your festival to grow and grow and grow, you need more people in there. And especially with Mindblown, a lot of people are super hyped. Hyped in this project. I personally am getting more than one, so there'll probably be a lot more or a lot less than just 10,000 people. With these 10,000 NFTs, so that is a nice idea. With the possible second drop, and just making it inclusive.
I'll actually personally be minting a few myself. We're reserving 100 tokens for the team, which those will never be sold or anything like that. They're for our giveaway winners, you know, potentially giving away to artists who perform at our events or whatever that may be. You know, those are reserved for the Mindblown NFT as an organization rather than us ourselves. And so I'll actually be minting some myself.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that shows, that you're also very confident in your own project, which is definitely good. But yeah, let's talk about some other projects. Not just talk about other projects, but talk about how I know we kind of already briefly talked about it earlier, but just the inclusiveness and why it's important to support other projects. I know you were talking about how more NFT buyers and more volume does bring more, just more volume just to the space in general, which is always important. But when it comes to these partnerships, these collabs, like what do you just do it with anybody? Or are you looking for specific like criteria when it comes to that?
You know, there's definitely things that we look for, right? Because we don't want to ever, you know, collab or partner with anybody that could potentially harm any one single one of our community members, you know, and so that's something that we kind of have to be cognizant of and look out for. But at the same time, you know, we want to uplift other projects because it really is going to take all of us to succeed for this space to be successful in the long run. Um, and also, you know, be able to educate people. You know, I touched on this earlier with the rug pulls and all that sort of thing, and it's like it really does take all of us to educate people. And if enough of us are, you know, screaming loud enough, then you know maybe we'll save somebody's $300 from getting taken.
Mm. Yeah, no, rug pulls, and that's like the worst thing that there is, for projects, people in the NFT space in general, especially with y'all as project owners, us just trying to get people involved in NFTs in a risk reward based way, one that, you're not throwing money, you can't afford to lose, and B, don't know what you're doing with it, when it comes to those projects, which is why due diligence is so important. But, you're definitely right, when it comes to all that, especially. And, really quick, I just want to bring up Panda 007 was asking about some Zoo Crew merch. Is that something that with this community wall, that if they vote for it, is that something that could happen?
If they vote for it, it's going to happen. You know, merchandise is in our roadmap. You know, and I have connections in real life that we can get that turned around fairly quickly. Obviously, depends on the amount of different things that we order, but you know, I'm excited to see what the community will vote for as far as that goes. And you know, I know Sam's listening right now, and hopefully he can have some a hand in the design process as well.
That's cool. And I know, speaking of a community, there's a big, Ethereum community and Solana community. Are you opposed to working with other projects or collaborating with other projects who are in the Solana blockchain? Like, is that like a whole thing where it's like one versus the other, or is it not that big of a deal, what they're in?
I don't think it's that big of a deal. You know, I mean, as long as the project's authentic and, you know, I feel like they're doing good work, it's going to be someone that we want to collaborate with, you know, and I think that's pretty cool that if we do start, you know, hosting events, whether it's, you know, a concert series or a festival, that we can include, not just NFT, but people in the crypto space in general, for sponsorships or activations or, you know, different things at those events.
Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, I'm personally looking forward to this. This is a huge community, and it's a really fun community, really cool community, a lot of good people. And here's I'm personally looking forward to seeing what the talks are about and how that works. And as far as the voting goes, is like one NFT equals one vote, or is it more so? Is this gonna be something different?
Yeah, so it'll be based on like one NFT is one vote. So the more you hold, the more say you have in the votes.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, so it definitely does help to invest in the project, especially when you're if you're looking to be a part of the deciding factors of what happens. And now, speaking of rug pulls, I know that you guys are doing something really cool, not just with education, but you guys are also helping people out who have actually been a part of or a victim of a rug pull. You guys are giving them that 50% off mint price, which is the OG whitelist roll. And what made y'all decide to do that?
To try to help save some money and also, you know, keep people in the NFT space. You know, I've been lucky and it's never actually happened to me. Like I definitely bought some pretty terrible projects, but that was my own fault. But I never had my money just straight taken. And so it's like if I'm able to give someone another chance within the space, hopefully they can have a positive experience and stay in the space.
It's definitely really important to make, like you were just saying before, making sure that people aren't just leaving, because once you leave NFTs or just like this type of investing mentality in general, it's hard to come back to it. So it's good to make sure that yes, there are going to be losses, but with the right mentality, with the right people behind you, like like you guys, like Titan trading, it is possible to succeed. It's it's not going to happen overnight. NFTs take a little bit of time to learn, just like anything does. So good things take time. But I'm
Yeah,
really and I really think it's cool that you guys are doing this with the with the rug pulls and helping people out, not just in your community, but also those who've been affected outside the community as well, and bringing them in and showing them a home that they don't have to worry about the rug pulls, and there is like right now there's transparency, and I really do like that. And speaking of your community, your fun community, you guys have a really funny community as well. I did a little meme contest on my Twitter is at MetaMatt _NFT, and the top three funniest are going to be winning a Titan Trading premium membership. You can just message myself to claim your prize, but at Professor Prof Monstera, Professor Monstera, you have won. You're the first winner. I like this one. What's up, baby? I'm here for the Razor. So hashtag here for the Razor. How did that start? How did that come about? Who did that, and how did it catch on so much?
it was something that I did, and then it just caught fire.
That's awesome. So you just have it once, and the next thing you know, everyone's doing it.
Yeah, it was just unstoppable in chat, and then so we started. Well, I'm not going to say too much because I want people to do a little bit of work, but that's definitely a hint towards our secret password to get whitelisted.
Gotcha. Okay. And then smt.eth's NFT Ninjas also posted one as well. That was also really funny. 2 days left. I'm not on the whitelist. That is mind blowing. So, are there still spots available on the whitelist?
There are. So because we have to upload those addresses into the contract and kind of monitor gas prices, we will be closing it at 6 p.m. Central, which is roughly 3.5 hours.
Okay, cool. So there is still hope for those of you who are not currently had that whitelist roll. And Raffle also had a really good one. I like this one here with Princess Jazzy, so big and shiny. And look at that genie. Is that one of the legendary ones? The genie NFT?
Yeah, so that one is.
That's so cool. I love that one personally. But
that also wasn't in the original artwork plans, and we had started our server before the artwork was finalized, and I forget exactly how it started, but essentially like your wish is my command, and so with all the bot commands and stuff like that, it kind of became a thing, and so we decided, okay, we're going to get a genie made.
Awesome. There you go. Right. It's funny how those little stories come to be.
Yeah, definitely.
And I also have another meme competition going on. It's in the Titan Trading Discord. You just go to the MetaMatt memes channel and just post your memes. I'll be posting those memes that y'all post into my Twitter. And the next one up is going to be this one from Seven Leaf Farms. Me trying not to ask for a whitelist spot. And basically, I'll just be posting them like every other day. Whoever gets the most likes and retweets will be getting a fun prize over at Titan Trading Discord. I know you guys do a lot of cool giveaways as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. So what we have actually done is posted some in, I believe, our daily giveaway channel, where we're paying for people's gas fees. And for anyone listening on here, when I get off, I'm going to be posting a $1,000 giveaway. And so type in chat if you want that to be multiple winners or just one winner of $1,000. And we'll see who has the most comments and kind of tally that up, and I'll post it here shortly.
So you're leaving it up to the members how that $1,000 is going to be divvied up as far as giveaway goes, whether it be like one $1,000 winner or split up between multiple people.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. And how can
I was just sorry, my dog.
You're good.
I was just going to shortly mention, and I'm sure there's other projects out here that do this, but something that we've done since day one is provided value before mint. We've given away, I think, close to $25,000 in value this far, and we haven't even minted yet, and so we got a lot more in store.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what not only just what y'all got going on, but also all the art that comes out. I just want to see everyone, when they show off their NFTs once they start minting. I want to see what they all look like. I'm super excited for that. But yeah, so now we are on to our Q&A part of the discussion. But really quickly before that, as far as that vote goes for that $1,000 Ethereum giveaway, where can they vote for that again?
Well, so I was just going to go through the comments and kind of tally them up real quick and see if there was a clear majority, and if there isn't, then I'll post a poll within our server.
Gotcha. Yeah, so everyone in the comments section, you can post it in either general chat or even in this comments, and I'll keep an eye on. We'll keep an eye on and see what what people want to do, because like like you said, it's all about the community. That's what matters, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And speaking of which, we got some great questions from the community. This is our time for the Q&A as well, so you can make sure to ask your questions in the chat here, or I'll also be looking at the general chat in Mindblown Discord. But Grot or Groot without the second O says, you said you're going to be doing some marketing promotion during pre-sale to get more people for the public sale. In what way? Obviously, you don't have to give away all the secret sauce, but what's your plans as far as all the marketing goes for this big
Yeah,
promotion?
so we have started doing a lot of marketing across social media. A lot of that has actually happened organically. If you're in our server, you can go to I think it's Break Socials, and see multiple different influencers that have reached out to us that wanted to partner with us. Anyone that we partner with like that, we are not actually paying directly. That's something we wanted to avoid, just because there's so many influencers and celebrities out there that just kind of pump projects. And in my experience in the space, every time I bought one of those projects, I ended up selling at a loss, and so that's not something that we really wanted to do. We wanted to grow the community organically. But now that pre-sale is starting to kick off, we also want to reward those people that got here early. We've had a couple of DJs, different musicians that have popped into Discord, and you've seen them around if you're in chat. We've also now partnered with Tory Lane's Instagram account, NFT All Stars. They've been posting. NFT News is another one, and so if you go on Instagram, you can see which ones of those have tagged us.
Awesome. And then Dustin was asking about the copyrights. Do we as owners or holders of these NFTs, do we have copyrights to our own NFTs when it comes to Mindblown?
Yeah, so that's an intellectual property question, and it's a good question. And so the arrangement that we had with Sam, our artist, is that we now own full exclusive commercial rights to that artwork. Whereas, I'm not sure many are aware, if Project A decides to go use artist B on Fiverr or Upwork, a lot of times that artwork isn't commercially owned by the project. And so we have different forms of doing this. For right now, the Mindblown NFT organization owns all those intellectual property rights, but we definitely want the community's input, and we just wanted to be careful prior to announcing how you can use it and which ways you can use it, to get the community's input, because obviously we want to be careful where the brand is associated with.
That's definitely important. And we also have another question from Alan Kumar. They were asking about the levels. So on Discord, there are different levels and different, you have roadie, you got your groupie and craze fans and all that fun stuff. What does that mean, and what can it get you if you are a craze fan versus a groupie?
Yeah, so that's a good question. We do plan to provide future utility for those. We haven't really determined what that is right now, short term. Roadie is our highest rank, and you get 10 extra entries into the giveaway. So it really does increase your odds in winning those. If you go to rank boosters, you can also scroll up, and there's a little picture that I posted that has all the other perks. Some include automatic whitelist spots, some include discount on merchandise when it comes out. So they kind of vary.
Yeah, that's definitely a great question. I personally was actually wondering that. And you said the OG whitelist rule, that is the one that gets people that 50% off discount for the public or for the private mint.
Yeah, so we have two tiers essentially. So OG and Diamond are our earliest members, and they get 50% off. And then we have Platinum, multi-platinum, and then Gold, if we decide to use it, that get 25% off. So everybody in the pre-sale gets a discount.
Awesome. And it's not just AD, but a bunch of people were asking. A bunch of people were saying it looked like multiple as far as the giveaways go when it came to that Ethereum giveaway in the chat. It seemed like that was the more popular answer. But everyone's asking about your dog. Everyone wants to see the dog. Hashtags show the dog. Hashtag dog for Zoo Crew. Another
I don't
hashtag.
think it lets me switch the camera around.
You do a selfie with the dog?
Well, she won't quit running around, but that's the dog.
That's awesome. Oh, wow, so cute. That's great. And yeah, speaking of collaborations, there's always like, a bunch of NFTs, with charity is the base. I know there's one that Rough Light NFT, they're giving money, or they're giving, part of their funds to, trying to get dogs into forever homes. For you guys, what is like, I know a lot of NFTs do charity. We kind of briefly discussed that. What's your charity initiative?
Yeah, so charity is something that's just in my life, just really important to me in general, and something that I do outside of this project. But we have committed to 25 Ethereum, um, contingent on selling out to a organization, and we want the community's input on exactly what that would be. There's a lot of strategy in that, to even help market the project as well. I would love to see, like, I mean, I love animals. So, I mean, with the zoo crew, it seems only fitting to do something like that. But I mean, there's so many different options.
That would be so cool. Like, I would love that. Like, portion goes to this, that, or whatever, when it comes to animals, and having the zoo crew be a part of that would be really cool. So I know the zoo crew, likes to do, likes their parties. Mindblown is, here for the rager. As far as like a post-mint reveal or party, is there any plans as that goes, or am I asking a question that maybe you want to reveal later on?
No, you're good. So yeah, we kind of started this. It was a spur of the moment type thing. I actually thought of it on New Year's Eve, like the morning I woke up, and we did a New Year's Eve stream where we hosted a bunch of giveaways, played some cool music videos, and we're going to be doing something similar, which will start 45 minutes before the public sale on Sunday. And so we have different requirements to end up getting that pass. But if anybody is in chat that was here for New Year's Eve, they can definitely tell you how crazy it got.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that myself. Especially, I've listened to some of the music y'all got going on. It's pretty good. It's really good, actually. So,
And so it's kind of crazy to me too. Like depending on what time you go in there, there's a totally different vibe.
yeah, I feel like I'm looking in chat right now. We got Narfis, MB, and Asian Penguin, and we have Capo, Raffle, and a bunch of people talking about that zoo crew. I think I might have to, just for your server, change something to a duck. Have some kind of duck going on in that name, because you got to be part of that zoo crew, right?
Yeah, well, and that's how I know you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, from PB Alerts. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's the
Yep.
coolest part about this is that, we've been doing this for a while. In the stock trading business. Now it's cool seeing you. Being an owner here at Mindblown NFT. It's really, really cool. And anyone has any
Yeah,
questions?
definitely. And it's kind of crazy, like, because I've watched y'all like from kind of the beginning of the whole PB Alerts server. I remember being in that server back in March or April of 2020 and having like, pretty in-depth long conversations with Quinch about marketing and social media and all sorts of stuff. And to see where y'all at now is absolutely amazing.
Hmm.
I love seeing other businesses win and other people win. I'm a business owner myself, and it's like the same thing I was talking about within the NFT space. Like, competition is a good, healthy thing, and we can all help each other succeed.
Yeah, no, that's why we're doing this with y'all. Like, we saw some projects, yours included, that, I personally was like, I want to get in on that. And not only that, I want to help them, because this is not only a good project, but good people who are running it. That was a main deciding factor for me when it came to these collab deals with Titan Trading, because it's a little bit different for us. We're not a project, so we have we can't just offer NFTs. So we have to be pretty I guess a little bit more strategic when it comes to these collabs. And I made sure that yes, the websites were good. Yes, the Twitter, following was there. Clearly the Discord in your case was more than good. I think it's probably one of the more active Discords out there that I've seen when it comes to these projects. And but the one thing was just reaching out to the project owners and people who are running the party. And in this case, it's definitely a party. And I really was really impressed with what you guys were talking about, like, your plan, and how much you really cared about the community, which is important to me. Bringing T-Frost and Agent Penguin and Dying in Paradise Spider and all these people who are from Titan Trading. I personally care about, because they're like you're from you're from PB Alerts and Titan Trading. You know how we are a very close knit family, and we don't want to be putting our members into a position where they could be possibly losing money because we didn't do our due diligence. Of course, money can be lost anywhere, but we want to make sure that we're putting out the best possible alerts when it comes to stocks, and now when it comes to these NFT callouts like Mindblown. So I really do I'm really bullish as a stock trader, say, on Mindblown NFT. And
Well, and one thing I'll just like mention real quick too, it's just a thought that popped in my head. That's something that y'all could do with Titan Trading, is to incorporate, NFTs as the actual membership.
I can't. I don't want to get into too much detail. But
I just ruined it.
No. Titan trading is always going to be free as far as the NFT part goes. So we do have some stuff in the works. For those of you who've been Agent Penguin knows, you've been here from the beginning. It started off with just a few YouTube videos here and there and some alerts, and now it's turned into we have Metaverse land and this and partnerships and all this, and now the stuff we're doing with NFTs. We definitely are continuing to grow, and our plan is to do some really big stuff. And if we do, you guys will definitely be first on the list when it comes to partnerships and collabs, of course. But Matt K has a really great question, more of a feel-good question. He's saying, it is hard to fathom that the project you built has over 14,000 members in the Discord. How does it all feel? And for me personally, my question to you is, this is what you expected? Did you think like, oh, we're gonna get, a humongously lit community, 14,000 people in the Discord, whole nine yards?
It's kind of hard to put into words. Like, we didn't really know what to expect, but we're all business owners, and I've gone to school for marketing, and I believed in myself, and I knew it was possible. But at the same time, like, I'm going to be fully transparent with everybody. Like, there's no project out there that's got 200K in their server. There's so many bots that run rampant on Discord, and we as a team have been trying to do our best. I spend multiple hours a day just going through members, bots, whatever it is. I mean, we've got an awesome group of mods that are also helping us, and I mean, it's taking 10 people to even slightly manage it.
And I know, speaking of management, you've done a really good job of being transparent, but also just be helping people through this whole process. So speaking of that, JVST Beats was asking about the third-party verification and how that works.
Yeah, so we were looking at getting using a third party to essentially verify our identities, and we went through the entire process. And it was actually a company that we took a recommendation from one of our community members, and they were professional the entire time, and I have absolutely nothing bad to say about them. But unfortunately, they KYC'd a project a few days ago that ended up pulling the rug, and I think running off with like almost $2 million in Solana. And so they've been getting a ton of bad press and being attacked on Twitter. They had to close their Discord, all of these, negative consequences, for something that may or may not have been in their control. And we just thought it would be best at this time to not announce that and, get involved with that negative energy.
That's definitely a good point right there. And T Frost was asking about the mint. What's next after the mint?
There's a lot of immediate plans. The most immediate is going to be obviously paying our artists, because just to be fully transparent, we have partnered with him to where he receives 10% of the proceeds no matter what number is minted. So paying him will be very important to us, but also getting out all the bounties and giveaways and stuff like that. It kind of takes some time, especially with our invite challenge. We're gonna have to go verify every single invite manually, and so it can be quite time consuming. But we hope to be able to get that done with a few days from Sunday, like Monday, Tuesday night at the latest. That's our first priority. Our second is going to be to immediately start providing in real life utility. So I believe it's in the events channel. We posted a poll just to kind of see like what cities are near people. We'll post that poll again once we have actual holders, and start to kind of plan our events around where our members are.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know we probably have a lot of members from all over. You're from Texas, I'm from the New York area. We got people from outside the states, and so that's definitely an exciting thing to make sure that the community can vote and see where everyone is. And off of that question, T Frost was just mentioning how, and I've personally seen this myself with a lot of projects. Once they get that the mint, the public sale happens, and they sell out, there's usually or typically a little bit of a lull after that drop. Maybe some they're partying or taking a break because they just had that big big sale, and they just sold out after months and months and months of working tirelessly day and night. Are you guys planning on taking a little bit of a break after the mint, or are you guys just going full?
We're not planning on taking any like kind of break, time off or anything like that, but we definitely do plan to kind of have more standard like office hours, if you will. You know what I mean? Like leading up to the mint, especially, it's going to be a 24/7 thing, and all of us are tired. Anybody in our Discord can tell you how much we're online. I spend 8 to 10 hours on Discord every day, in as well as raising a baby and in real life business, and so We don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but we're not going to be taking a break, and we're going to get to work on providing utility as soon as possible.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really important, is having that immediate utility. And also, Alan Kumar is asking, after the mint or just in general, are y'all be doing some more collabs with more upcoming NFTs? And if so, what could that look like? Would it be whitelist stuff, or actual, some type of other collab of some sort?
Yeah, so it's kind of a tricky thing because we don't want to put our members at any more risk, and so like we definitely want to collab with other projects, but it might look like something like I've seen projects do in the past is like, hey, we've got 10 ETH, y'all have got 10 ETH. Let's buy a bunch of each other's NFTs and give them out to our community and kind of merge that way. So there's so many different things you could do, but no, it's definitely not out of the question.
That's cool. Yeah, it's it is nice, like you said, to make sure that, because most people aren't just getting into one project. It's like with stock trading. You don't just buy one stock. You want to diversify a little bit. So it's nice to, if people are going to be diversifying, it's nice to know that you guys are providing collabs in other areas, where they can do that in a safer way. Not just
Yeah.
going on
I think the cool
Twitter.
thing is going to be to partner with other communities and other projects to host events, whether that's in the metaverse or in real life, and kind of be able to merge communities and get to talk to one another. And I'm really hoping that COVID starts clearing up soon, because that's something that I just miss, is that connection.
And I'm just looking through the chat to see if there's any other questions. I'm also looking at the general chat in the Discord, and just as far as the Discord goes, I know a lot of projects and the website do like a little bit of a revamp after launch. Is the Discord going to be looking a little bit different, or the same website as well after the launch?
So it'll look essentially the same. What we plan on doing is implementing Collabland, which if you get a DM from Collabland, completely ignore it. Like we suggest everybody turn off their DMs. It'll be within a channel in our server, but we will have an area, much like our VIP area right now, that is essentially just for holders. That way we can, assign roles that way and better hold, conversations with them rather than the community at large. But we're gonna keep a lot of the information channels open for sure.
And will there be like a live stream channel or some kind of voice channel? Groot or Grot was asking about a weekly update stream or like a weekly AMA postment.
Yes, for sure. So we have lately been doing them with you and in Discord, and so something I want to kind of see happen is do them on Twitter Spaces. And I would love the community support and participation, not only in attending, but like come on the show with us. I think that would be cool to like host a different community member to talk about a different topic every time.
That would be really cool. Yeah, if you ever need me on, let me know. I did one with Disco Dogs, and we had some good connects with some other people. So it's always fun to get the get the Mindblown name out. Especially for projects I'm personally bullish on and in as well. I like to be as transparent as possible about that. So I don't see any questions for now. I actually do have one. I see some people in the chat. Dying in Paradise especially loves to talk about the gas tracker and the gas fees. If let's just say, I know some projects I was currently in, they had their the private sale or whatever it may be, the 24-hour period, but gas was like just ridiculous, like $500 per mint. Is there going to be something that you might be considering doing, to kind of counteract that?
We've been talking about it all day in the server. That's definitely something that we're cognizant of and looking out for. We're gonna start no matter what at midnight tonight, but we just want to warn everybody, like, you don't have to mint at midnight. You're gonna have 48 hours, and if gas is crazy for those 2 days straight, which may happen, may not, we can always extend that time frame too. And so like we're looking out for y'all, and we're gonna make it as easy as possible for our pre-sale members to mint when gas is low. Because it also affects us too. We pay gas on our personal mints, but also the tokens that we reserve for the team. And doing that for 100, if gas is 500 Gwei, isn't cheap.
Yeah. I like that you guys are willing to you're not scared to do the mint still in the public, do the private mint and the whitelist mint, but you guys are aware and willing to work with the members and make sure that we as holders and potential holders and mentors get the best possible deal when it comes to gas and all that kind of stuff, which really good to hear that it's at least something that y'all are talking about and know it's happening.
Yeah, and I think it needs to be talked about more because there's especially people in the NFT space that are new that don't necessarily. I don't know if it's they don't pay attention or haven't done enough research or don't, whatever. But it's like that's part of your cost. So you buy an NFT at 0.05 and gas is 0.05, and you're listing it for 0.05. Like you're taking a 50% loss, and I don't think there's people that really realize that that's happening. I mean, it's kind of wild, but I see it happen all the time.
Hmm. Was there, I know we kind of briefly talked about it earlier, was there a reasoning behind Ethereum over Solana for Mindblown NFT?
Yeah, sort of. I like the gasless marketplaces, but for me personally, with ETH 2.0 kind of being around the corner, it was somewhat scary, because I don't know what is going to happen to those NFT marketplaces on other blockchains if they do implement that soon. And on top of that, just the sheer number of users and the volume on the Ethereum blockchain just doesn't even compare to any of the other ones. And, we want to be able to be a project that's there for newcomers, so we can onboard new people into the space. And for me personally, Ethereum was the first blockchain I had exposure to, and so it's like I feel like that's going to continue to be a trend.
Yeah, no, that's definitely. So it sounds like you guys were looking towards a long-term future of the project as opposed to just making a quick buck and selling out,
Right,
with those cheap
exactly.
fees. You want to make sure this is a project that lasts, and Ethereum 2.0 is definitely going to be like you just said, something that could take a lot of these other projects out of the, just out of the question. Just not even, what's the point of getting Solana after Ethereum 2.0, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, just so everyone's aware, like it cost us out of our own pocket a whole lot more money to launch on Ethereum than it does some of the other blockchains, and so that's also why I think, there's a lot of, I'm hesitant to call them rug pulls, but on other blockchains is because the initial investment to do so is so much less.
That's a really good point that I actually didn't know about. So when it comes to doing due diligence on other projects, people on Ethereum or projects on Ethereum are putting some big money in already. So it might be a little bit less of a, less of a
I mean, it
reason for
doesn't
a rug
mean that
pull.
projects on Ethereum are any safer because I mean, there's just as many. I mean, there's so many, but it's like I think that does. I mean, it's hard to put yourself in those shoes. You know what I mean? But it's like it for me. It's like if I were to like go and do something that I didn't really care about, I'm going to look for the lowest possible entry and the least amount of money that I can spend. And we chose to take the opposite approach.
That's smart. And so speaking of, just making sure that the members, get what they want, make sure that, the fees are low. We are actually doing, speaking of fees, the lowest possible fee and the lowest possible price, of course, is free. And Titan Trading, if you go to the link, it's actually right. I'm not even going to say it because it's easy. It's right. And the link is in the description. The first link in the description of this video is our Titan Trading giveaway. It's our big New Year's giveaway. We're giving away a PS5 as well as a whole bunch of NFTs. Just click here to enter and then just follow the steps. And this is really cool because we're giving away not just one NFT and not just any NFT. We're giving away a Arctic Bears NFT, but not just that, it's a legendary 1/1 Arctic Bears NFT, as well as a whole bunch of other great projects, including Mindblown NFT, which is I'm really excited about. So, if you guys, want to get in on this project and, maybe you don't have, the money to, mint one, or, maybe you're just not, comfortable yet getting into the NFT space, this is a great way to get into that space is by getting one for free because, there's nothing to lose there. So we are giving away that over at Titan Trading. I am personally super excited about this giveaway. I personally am minting a couple of these during the private sale, which is when is all that happening as far as private and public sale?
Yeah, so the public sale, let's see, what time is it? 3. So the public sale is the pre-sale is in 9 hours. We're starting it at 12 a.m. Central Time, which is midnight, and it will last roughly 48 hours. And when that ends, then the public sale will start roughly 12 hours after that.
Okay, cool. So yeah, people will definitely have plenty of time to get in on that when it comes, depending, not even worrying about the time zones and all that, which is good. So you have a good 48 hours.
Yeah, and a fun fact that makes it a little easier for people to translate that into their own time zone is that if you go to our page, we have an events tab at the top, and that event that says pre-sale will it automatically converts it into your time zone.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. Nice and convenient. But yeah, I believe that we got everyone's questions. I was looking at both the general chat and the YouTube chat. If I did miss anybody, of course, myself and I know you're always in the Mindblown chat, but you can go to either Titan Trading. I'll be there. I'm also in the Mindblown chat, but of course, Mr. Mindblown himself is the one when it comes to these questions that's the best, when it comes to answering these. So they can find you
Yeah,
in the
we have a
general
lot of
chat, right?
helpful community members too, and we'll
Yeah,
all be on all night.
awesome. Yeah. So I know this is going to be a big night coming up, with that big private sale. I'm personally looking forward to it. I'm excited to see all of the Titan trading and like the people like Nikki and all of my, all the students from PB Alerts and from Titan Trading, joining in on this project because I personally know that these are great community members. People that we definitely y'all definitely want involved in the Mindblown project. Those of you who are in Mindblown, you already know, Agent Penguin, T Frost, Coffee Cup, Top, the whole, all these people are just really great, and we're trying to put as many bridges between us and these positive projects like yourself. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys do with with just, and just the future is it's whatever the members want to do with that community wall, and with what you were saying, sounds like you're going to be really transparent about the voting and how all that works, about community wallet. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what the future of Mindblown NFT and Titan Trading has to offer, and what all these people here are here for the Rager, like JFT Beats, are going to be doing like 6 months from now, with these festivals, where we're all going to be at.
Yeah, we're excited. We can't wait to meet a lot of these people in real life.
Yeah. Do you have anywhere in particular you're hoping the first one is?
Well, I need to do some more research. Obviously, like Texas is going to be easy for us logistically, and with COVID, some states have travel restrictions, and so that's definitely something that we'll have to consider. But we'll definitely start looking into that as soon as next week.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really exciting. And like Sunny Says Panda says, it is minting Eve, so I'm gonna let you go. I know you probably have a lot going on coming up, and everyone who is gonna be waiting until 12 a.m. Maybe they're gonna be taking a nap until then to say, make sure they can get in on this mint and get in on this great community and be part of the Rager, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate you having us on the stream today.
Yeah, no, appreciate you coming on and sharing with our community and just communities in general when it comes to NFTs. This amazing project. Hopefully that we can all make some bread together.
Yeah, definitely. Let's do it.
Awesome. So I will see everybody in Titan Trading Discord. I'll also be in the Mindblown Discord to say thank y'all for listening. But until I see you there, I hope that you all make some